I've logged in. You guys all recognize your dashboard. It's very straightforward. And I'm on dashboard. This is where you would launch a use of Clarity with, sitting one-on-one with a CEO. Here's your lead generator. This is what you use, honestly, to generate senior leadership alignment reports and to put this out in your marketing, your URL, your website, your email signature line, et cetera. Anywhere you think someone will give you data, will say, hey, I'm intrigued and I want to figure out the strategic capacity of my business. This is the link. Cool. But I digress. I'm going to click on, how do we generate this? I'm going to click on total reports. I'm going to search for Ridge. Here is Ridge, and I'm going to select the people. Here's my VP of sales. Here's my COO, my CFO, and the owner, Diane. I've highlighted the 4. This is really hard. Everybody staying with me? Compare. Ta-da. All right. That's it. That's how easy it is. Now, again, you're going to recognize this, this data. I'm going to scroll down. Here's our count. Here's dimension 1 and how folks align. Dimension 2, same. Dimension 3, and then we have our charts. How do these scores line up? And that's one for each of the dimensions. And then we have the answers. And if you if you put these, just screenshot these and put them on 24 slides, you can lead a conversation about, okay, 2 of you said this is partly true, and 2 of you said it's not really. Now, the goal here is to have written agreements for more than 80%. And I'll have a conversation about what's the disconnect here, because nobody thinks we're doing perfectly, right? What's the disconnect? And do we have written agreements? How are we proving that these are recurring revenues? Look at this. Misalignment. By the way, I have never, ever, no, not ever, even when we only compare 2 people, have I seen alignment on a team. Okay? Never. They may align in certain areas, but generally you're going to find some profound misalignment, deep misalignment on a team. Sometimes it's lack of information. Sometimes it is, pessimism, all those human behaviors, but you need to figure this out at the beginning of the engagement. So imagine if you're going into strategic planning and you don't have this information. Would this benefit you? Do you think this would be helpful? Do you think you can really have an effective senior leadership, an effective strategic plan, exit plan to grow revenues that is going to be successfully executed if people do not fundamentally agree on where the business is today and haven't had a chance to voice their perspective? I think you know the answer. That's how easy this is to generate. By the way, who are these people? Well, as said, it's on an anonymized basis. Everything's user 1, user 2, user 3. Click on user's information, and here they are. 1 is my VP of sales, CFO, COO, and you just have their names, right? You'll have their email addresses. You know who they are. They can't see this, so you can safely stand in front of the room and say, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have some fun. Okay, listen. Growth Drive is committed to success. We are committed to successful outcomes. And this is exactly the kind of tool that if you're a 2, right? 2s are educators. If you're 1 to 5, 1 is a talker, 2 is an educator, 3 is a planner, right? The architect. 4 is the general contractor and turn the plan into reality, right? Turn that blueprint into a building. And 5 is fractional. So sort of color of 4, and people play on that spectrum. And if you're a 4, by the way, you're also a 1, a 2, and a 3. So imagine you're a wealth advisor. You could give this to the seniors. You could give these links to your client and say, here, have at it. Here's the report and good luck. Right? You don't want to get too involved. That's not what you do. If you're an architect, right? If you're getting into this, if you're leaning in a little further, you're going to get into exit planning. Imagine if you're teeing a business up for an internal transfer. What do we care about in an internal transfer? Well, we care about a few things. Let's imagine that a loan is going to come in, and that we're going to borrow the money to buy out the current owner. Okay, the lender is going to care very much about this business's ability to, say it with me, create predictable profits and cash flow. The lender is also going to care very much about predictable, sustainable growth, right? Will this business grow at least as fast as inflation, or is it stagnant? They may also care about some of the aspects of transferable value, okay, legal and accurate and credible financial reports. But typically, if we're getting into lender, we don't need to successfully complete due diligence. Now, imagine there were so many use cases here, but guys, this is if you're a 4 and you're a doer, you care deeply about this, because these are the folks that you only want to take on engagements where you believe in your heart of hearts, and the CEO believes that they're going to get a return on investment, that we have a good chance of actually redesigning the business so that it is delivering predictable profits and cash flow, or predictably and sustainably growing free cash flow, FCF. Well, knowing that people are aligned, accountable to each other, collaborative, vulnerable, transparent, all of those things that you will see in this workshop that is critical information for you, because you need to, sometimes, as happens, you're going to have to sit down with your client and say, hey, we have to have a tough conversation because, Frank, I know he's your son, but he's the VP of sales and nobody has faith in him. Or what have you. Or, Bob, who's your CFO, and I know he's been with you for 20 years. He started as your bookkeeper. Is he a CFO? Is he a person who can help you successfully take this business through a recapitalization? Can he successfully sit across from an acquirer and defend your numbers? Is he the guy? Those are tough conversations. Now, often the answer is yes. And often your client will say, I don't care. This is my person and I'm loyal to him, and God bless. We just need to know there's no good news or bad news. There's only data. So this alignment report uncovers not just the data on alignment, but so much more, especially if we go through a professionally facilitated workshop. People are doing it, right? Your colleagues are doing it right now. By the way, people without a strong background in facilitation, they're sitting down and it's a logical conversation. Okay, guys, someone said 4. I'm not asking how you answered. Why might 4 be true? That's not hard, is it? You get through a couple of questions and you'll realize that you're in the right room and you've got the chops to hold this convo. So, very cool. That's how easy it is to generate. You can generate revenue for yourself, for your firm, because you're delivering a ton of value. So, whether you charge $5,000, $10,000, depends how complicated, how big the company is. This is a great project that delivers a ton. Stop for a second. Imagine your client's perspective. And your client's the CEO, and they come into the room thinking, we're the best in the world. Or we stink. And other people are like, we're actually pretty good at that. Imagine these conversations, okay? This is how we deliver results. This is how we deliver ROI. So on that, you have questions. We're here to help, committed to your success. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Senior Leadership Alignment Report, which fuels an alignment workshop. It could not be easier to do. It is simply a matter of checking a few boxes and hitting compare. There are a ton of ways in which you guys are going to surprise me with how the innovative ways in which you're using this out in the field. Cool. We're going to stop there. Thank you. And I'll look forward to talking with you very soon. This is George Sandman with Growth Drive, checking out.